Hey everyone, I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok, but I'm on all the major social medias now, and I'm trying to get something out there, something that I'm going to do for mental health and for spirituality for myself. I'm going to start this new thing called Walking with God, maybe start a podcast. What I would like to do is get a bunch of people together and just walk with me. It doesn't have to be, trails or anything. I'm in the Stafford, Virginia area, so this is where I'm going to be. Today I'm at the Stafford Civil War Park. We'll be walking here today. I've got my daughter Olivia with me. She's 15 months old, but she can't walk today because Daddy forgot her shoes. This is going to be just live, unedited versions of me reading the Bible. I think what I want to do is just start from the very beginning, and then I don't have enough followers on the other social media, so I'm doing this on Facebook. If you could help me share this, though, that's what would be great. I'm just trying to help out myself, and hopefully this can reach out to other people. I do want to preface that I am a perfectly imperfect Christian, so if I don't read something correctly, or if we see a coyote and I cuss or something, I apologize right off the bat. I'm human, and I don't claim to be perfect at all. So again, this is going to be live, unedited version. I'm starting this today, so bear with me, and hopefully we can get something like this to go, on a micro stage here in Stafford, and then maybe grow it to Virginia, then grow it to the United States, and then possibly globally, where we're walking together, reading the Lord's message, and just praying with each other, because our nation needs this. We need this. The world needs this. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with Genesis. I'd like to give a shout out to my local church here. Thank you to Ebenezer Methodist Church. This is the Bible that I use. I use it's a Methodist study Bible. So I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and read this. 6 days of creation in the Sabbath. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth, their earth was a formless void. Darkness covered the face of the deep, while a wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be a dome in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." So God made the dome and separated the waters that were under the dome from the waters that were above the dome. And it was so. God called the dome sky. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the sky be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth put forth vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees of every kind on earth that bear fruit with the seed in it." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed of every kind, and trees of every kind bearing fruit with the seed in it. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the dome of the sky, to separate the day of the night, and let them be for signs and for reasons and for days and years. And let them be lights in the dome of the sky, to give lights upon the earth." And it was so. God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night and the stars. And God said, let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the dome of the sky. So God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, of every kind, with which the waters swarm, and every winged bird of every kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on earth. And there was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures of every kind, cattle and creeping things, and wild animals of the earth, of every kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals of the earth of every kind, and the cattle of every kind, and everything that creeps upon the ground of every kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over the wild animals of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. God blessed them. And God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. God said, see, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is upon the face of the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was good. And there was evening, there was morning, the sixth day. Thanks be to God. So that's the word this morning. I mean, that's the beginning of time. That's to say that our Creator God created everything, and that we're supposed to nurture everything. That's the message. We're supposed to love each other, all of us. And I'll be the first to admit, I'm not the best at that, and I don't try to say that I am. But I know deep down that I'm a good person, and I'm a good Christian, and that I want to do right, and I want to help people. But I think that's the message. I think this one's pretty clear, that there is one true God, and it talks about God creating everything. One God creating everything. You know, there's, monotheists and polytheists all across, the land and all throughout time. The word God is a lot, and God's, lowercase g, is found in the Bible a lot. And that's something that, I'd like to get more, into and get other people's opinion, because first of all, I don't claim to be a scholar or anything of the Bible. My background is I grew up a Catholic, and now I'm married and I go to a Methodist church. I consider myself a Christian. I'm a disciple of God just like everybody else. I believe that my true calling is to help people. And I don't know if this is it, but I'm going to make this podcast, or, eventually I'll hopefully have some more people walking with me. Like I said, I'm going to start micro in my area, and then I'll open this up online for everybody. I'm sure it'll be a little bit better production when I'm not the one holding the Bible, carrying the baby. Hey, sweetie, what do you think? And I just need your guys' help and support. Everybody knows that we all struggle, and that we go through these things, and that God's there to help us. He made the trees. He made the things basically the things that we eat, the things that we're supposed to love. The reason why I want to do these like nature walks is because that's what Genesis 1 tells us. He made all this stuff. We're supposed to honor it. And it's a spiritual connection that we have with God when we're, or at least when I feel. I'll speak for myself. When I'm walking and when I'm doing this, I feel like I have that direct connection to God. And I think that anybody that needs help, or anybody that is struggling, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there that are going through the same things that you are going through. And I seriously want to put this out there, that if you need a shoulder to cry on, I can be yours. If you need an ear, I'll be your ear. I'm not a doctor, or I'm not anybody that has any type of training like that to help you, but I've been through some shit. I've had cancer, divorce. I've been pushed out of the military. I'm also going through something right now with the government. So I've been through a lot. I'm not going to let that define me. What we have to do is we have to move forward, and we have to let go and let God in. And I think Genesis just talks about the beginning, and it talks about God, and it talks about how He made everything and how we're supposed to love everything. And yes, it is just the first 6 days of creation, but I think if we dive into it a little bit more, that it's a lot more than that. And I think the Bible is the truth. I think the Bible is what will help all of us. Definitely God, and definitely camaraderie. And if you don't like the word God, or you don't want to use the word God, just whatever your higher power is. Trust me, I'm almost 6 years sober. I was in AA. I know about, higher power and how people don't like that. I struggled with alcohol, and I'll always be an alcoholic. I'll always be, a perfectly imperfect Christian. Us Christians, we get a lot of crap for not being perfect all the time, but we're not perfect. Jesus died for our sins, and He took that all from us. Our God is the one that is our healer and our Redeemer, and all you have to do is talk to Him. You can talk to God at any point, at any time in your life, and that's whatever God you want it to be. My God, I talk to daily. I have to, because I know He is the creator of the universe, and I know that He loves us, all of us. Even the people that I'm feuding with, I want to tell you, I love you, and I'm praying for you. I may not like you right now, but I love you, and I'm praying for you. I pray for that we can all get through this, and that we can just move on. And I pray for the nation. I pray for everybody. I'm praying that we can just get better. But I don't want to stray too far from what the purpose of this is. And that is just reading the Bible, talking about Genesis, talking about the fish that He created, talking about the swarming things, the birds. We're supposed to honor these things, and we're supposed to love these things. And here's Daniel Bridge, and this is cool. I want to get more people to start walking with me, and more people to start talking with me on this journey. I think this could be enlightening to people, and if you guys could help and share this, I think we can make something great. I think we can truly help each other, and I think we can truly, just get through the hard times. Everybody, even if you don't know somebody, everybody is a individual. Everybody is their own human being. I've been in 2 job interviews, and 2 things that I talked about as just individuals. We put everybody into communities. There are communities, but we put everybody into communities. But everybody is an individual. God made you. Scientists tell us our DNA is not even the same. So if nobody is the same, why are you lumped into these communities all the time? And the reason I bring that up is because individualism is pretty powerful. Not even if there's somebody that looks like me, talks like me, has the same views, they don't go through the same issues like I do. They don't process things the same. Their DNA is not the same as mine. God did not make them the same as me. Right, Liv? So, I think we need to do a better job. I do. I don't want to lecture anybody. If I'm getting off on tangents, somebody on here correct me. I'll make I statements. I need to do a better job of treating people like individuals. When you treat people like an individual, it shows that you care about them and that you love them. And that could be anything. I mean, just the gas station attendant, or the person at Sam's Pizza. Talk to them, see how they're doing. But if you're gonna ask somebody how they're doing too, I'll preface that you really need to want to be in that conversation, because you don't want to ask somebody how they're doing and then them come back to you and dump a bunch of stuff on you, and then you not be able to respond. So if you're not in the mood to do that, then don't do that. That's what I do. But I think I want to start treating people with more respect and showing people that they are individuals and that they're loved. And I think that is the true meaning of the Bible. Again, I'm going to get completely off track of Genesis, and tell me if I am or not. But I think that's the Lord's message. I think God wants us to treat each other like individuals, and wants us to lift each other up, and wants us to love each other. We are so different, but we're also the same too. When you think about it, we all want the same thing. We all want love. We all want peace. We all want our kids to grow up. I want my wife and my kids to be the most successful version of themselves. And I want my small circles to be the most successful version of themselves. That's how I define success. Success is how everybody around me is doing. If everybody around me is doing great, then I'm doing something right. We need to love, and we need to just keep doing better at that. Again, I think we just need to love each other. And I think I took a wrong turn because I'm sitting here blabbing, but it's all right. We're just going to keep doing this. I see that we got a couple people on here. Thanks, Chad. He does. It's about how we respond. And I've responded anger, and I've responded with hatred. And it makes me mad that I do that. And I have been putting up some hateful stuff, and I have been being, not me. I've been being, the evil does creep up on us. And I think that is something too. Again, I'm getting into later on in the Bible, but, while I'm just sitting here blabbing, I've heard that some of the angels and stuff, or some of the prophets, or I'm not really sure, but people say that, when they see evil, sometimes it's not always ugly, or maybe it's when they see Satan, he might not always come as, the ugliest or the scariest thing. It's because he's trying to lure you in. Don't let him. Tell him to F himself. Leave you. You're too strong for that. God's too strong for that. You're God's people. You're not Satan's people. God created everything. God created us in his image. What does that mean? I want to know what that means to people, because, you know, a lot of people think of that as something different or misinterpret it. And, you know, and I know that there's, you know, these are pretty ancient civilizations that we're talking about. So I think, you know, we're still uncovering a lot of stuff, and we're finding stuff like Dead Sea Scrolls, and that stuff really interests me too. Again, I'm getting way off subject, but God, he created everything, and he is our creator, our ruler, our redeemer, our rock, and we need that to be the foundation. When I put God first, like seriously, it is a God family country for me. Then maybe the Dallas Cowboys after that. I'm just kidding, but seriously. But for real, when I stray away from God, that's when I get into trouble. And I suffer from PTSD and other mental health issues, depression, anxiety. It's fine. I know I'm not alone, and I know there's networks out there. And I'm seeking help. I see somebody each week, and, you know, just try to do the things that'll help me. You know, everyone in my small circle says that, you know, I look skinny, but I feel like I'm the strongest and in the best shape that I've ever been in my life. I'll be 38 in January, and I've never been able to lift as much as I have, and I've never been able to, you know, do some of the things that I've been wanting to do. And I think that, no, I know that is because of God. It's because we don't give up. It's one thing to just go through all the stuff that I've been through and just give up and lay down. But I'm a fighter. I ain't gonna do that. I'll never do that. But yes, so hopefully I can spread the word. And this is something that I want to do. This is something that I am very, very passionate about. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a very passionate man. So if I can reach out and help any soul, that is my duty. And that includes the people that might want to hurt me. I'll pray for them too. So, you know, I'll leave with this message again, that I'm serious. If you need an ear to talk to, I'm here. If you need a shoulder, I'm here. I'll cry with you. I don't give a shit. I'm here for you. And just remember, you are not alone. And please, please come walk with me. Come walk with me and Libby. Walk with God. Thanks. Say bye, Libby. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.